Hello everybody, hope you're doing good and staying safe wherever you are. It's Amira and welcome back to my channel. Basically, by the title of this video, you guys already know that I'm back with another episode of Ray React. So basically, by the title of this video, you guys already know that I'm gonna be reacting to the worst first date experiences that people have had, either females or males. And yeah, so I'm basically gonna be reacting to them and seeing what is happening, what are people experiencing, because I'm not an expert in those things. So I literally want to know how worse can be worse or worst, whatever. So yeah, before we get anyone on this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. It's totally free. And go ahead, comment down below, play along. What are your worst date experience? What was your worst date experience, first date? Comment down below. So yeah, without any further rambling, let's get straight into this video. So the first one we are gonna be acting is, we were waiting for a table at the restaurant. It was a nice summer evening, so we stood outside and had an enjoyable conversation while waiting by the front door with a few other people. The hostess opened the door and told us that our table was ready. He lifted his leg up and farted so loud that other people stopped their conversation just to look at us. With a big smile on his face, he said, "I sure didn't want that going off inside." I just turned and walked away. That isn't really a bad one. Like, I don't really know. He was right. He did not do anything bad, like legit. Yes, I would have been embarrassed in that situation, but not enough for me to just walk away. Legit. You're not gonna be enjoying the food? Listen. I don't give it. Oh, maybe if he threw up, then maybe I might not think about the food. But he just farted. I'll just go in there, eat my food, and then just not see him. But at the same time, it wasn't a bad thing. Like, farting is not bad. It is good for your health also. You cannot hold it in. So, but him having to raise his leg, oh my god, it feels like he's a funny guy, I think. Or maybe he wasn't comfortable with you and wanted legit to destroy the date and just didn't want to keep on going. Or maybe he forgot his wallet at home and he was like, what can I do that we don't have to go in there and have to pay for things? Maybe that was it. He forgot his wallet at home, or he did not have enough money to be paying for that place. You never know. I think he was sabotaging the first date. Or maybe he really had to let it go. But I don't think that is a bad thing. I'm saying it, but I feel like when I would have been in the situation, but I would have not left. I would have gone in there, eaten my food, and just then be done with it. But I'll still have eaten. Yes. Let us get to the next. So that was not as bad as I thought. Like, literally, if I had to rate it on the worst, as in scale, I'd probably leave it. Wait, how do I rate this one? 1 from being the least to 10 being the highest. So I think I'll rate it a 1. It wasn't that bad. But let us get to the next one. Is, for our first date, I went over to his place to watch a movie. I feel like that is a risky thing to be doing, going to like private places, especially on a first date. That is scary. As we were making out, he reached over and gave me a wedgie, not once but 3 times. What is a wedgie? I don't really know. I left. Is it like what is it called? A love bite? I left before the movie was over on a different first date. This was a different one. The first one gave her a wedgie, which I don't really know what that is, but he gave her 3 times. I left before the movie was over and she went on another date. This guy and I were going at a restaurant and the conversation was going well until he said, "Yeah, I don't really believe in happiness. It just seems fake to me." Wow. This was weird. I don't really know how to react to this. The first one is wedgie. I don't even know what a wedgie is for first and foremost. Let me search it up. I'm just gonna pop like a picture there. Wedgie. Wait. Meaning an act of pulling up the material of someone's underwear tightly between the as a practical joke. 3 times? Isn't that painful? How do you let him do 3 times of that? He would have done only once or have been gone. Not that I would have been in that situation anyways, but that is a scary thing to be doing, mom or young woman. What is happening there? You are having literally confused. You're having your dates are pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. And the other one was, what is it called, that I don't believe in happiness. Well, I don't really know. Everyone, it just seems fake to me. So I don't, maybe he wasn't, yeah, I don't know how to react to this second one. I don't believe, when someone tells me that I don't believe in happiness, then it means that he might or she might have had like a bad experience to just not believe in it. So if you liked him or her, then you might have a way to try to change their minds, you know. You never know. So having him to saying that makes it not a bad thing. I feel like maybe he had experienced something, and you, if you liked him, then you had to understand and like try hard to just change his mind or stuff like that. But yeah, she didn't say, or the person didn't say if she or he left, or she, I think just she left and never saw the happiness, not fake happiness ever again. I don't really know. Let's get to the next one. Is I went to meet a guy for the first time at his house. People are going to their houses. Aren't you scared? Like legit. So oh my goodness, I don't think that is a practical thing to be doing, especially for the first time you go into someone's house. There was a pile of toenail clippings on his coffee table. It wasn't one recent clipping, it was like many clippings. Out the door I went. Definitely you had to. Why are you going to people's houses on the first meeting anyways? A pile of toenails, that is a huge big red flag. I'll be out of there when I saw that. But maybe he was also sabotaging, because didn't he know that he was having a guest over? I don't really know. Sometimes people are weird. They have weird things in their head, you know? So I don't really know how to explain this, but let us keep going. Another one is, I was done with the date when she said she needed to take a wee, as in pee, as we walked down a back alley to the next bar. She pulled her jeans down, took a shit behind a bin, then sat. That means she pooped. She didn't pee, she pooped. Or maybe she did pee. Then searched in the bin and wiped with a sheet of newspaper. I was totally infatuated with her after working with her for a few months, and in 30 seconds, it disappeared fast. And this was a girl. For a girl to be doing this, that is sick. She grew up in the ghetto. She does not care where she's shitting out or pooping. And that, oh my goodness, that is so bad. Yeah, that I don't. Oh my goodness, if a guy did this, then that I am not a clean person. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect in cleaning and all that stuff, but that is definitely not like hygienic, and it's not. Doing it on a date, won't you just hold it in? And you were in a bar, so at least maybe they had a toilet in there or something. Go in there, just do your thing, and then come out and just be all clean. Why are you risking yourself out there? I don't think that was a nice thing to do. The other one, I didn't rate the other. Oh my god, I've not been rating them. The other one for the restaurant, we making out and wedgie 3 times. I feel like that is super weird, and I'm gonna rate like on a 5. And then the other one for toenail clipping, the clippings, that is a huge big red flag. I don't know, for some reason, maybe they weren't even his clips at all, you know. So there are some weirdos out there, but I'll rate that one probably like a 7, because I don't know, for some reason it creeps me out. And this one, for who pooped literally in public, I'll give it a 10, because I don't know what she was thinking. And for a girl to be doing it, that is that's something that are questionable about that. But anyways, let's get to the next one. Is I met up with an OkCupid guy, so maybe like a dating site, at a local barbecue place. During dinner, he ate ribs while chewing with his mouth open, wiped the barbecue sauce from his hands onto his white tank and pants, tried to feed me by hand, and only talked about the gym and his mother, who he FaceTime on our date to introduce me. That is not bad. People being comfortable with themselves and just doing things that they like doing, because I feel like this is not bad. Like, I feel like when I'm there, like, I know, like, dates you have to, like, but for how long do you hold it in? Like, sincerely, like, I feel like people just, I know I'm talking with no experience, like, I'm not the one legit on in that situation, but I feel like this is not as bad as bad, weird, and like embarrassing. I probably say it's more on the embarrassing side, like having to chew with your mouth open and just having to rub it on your, like, his pants, which was white. Don't know who is doing the laundry, but maybe the mother. And having to talk about the gym and his mother, those are things that he loved the most, so he has to be talking about them. What were you expecting? Like, if someone is being real and being open and showing their side, then I feel like that is not technically a bad thing. And like when he pretends to be all a gentleman and all that stuff, and then having to show you in, like, in when you're already getting to know, when you're already in a relationship, something like that. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I feel like him being open like that, it's not a bad thing. Like, if I had to rate this, yes, it is embarrassing, so I'm gonna, like, give it a, like, a 2 or a 3, stuff like that. But he introduced you to your mother. Do you know how many literally a lady will just be with a man for years without even knowing his family? So be thankful that on the first date he knew you were the one. So be thankful. Let's get to I met up with a guy from Tinder, dating app, at a brewery for, like, alcohol, and he was clearly already intoxicated. He showed up on a street bike with a broken leg in a full cast. I asked what happened, and he told me his baby mama ran it over after he bashed all the windows out of her car because he was cheating. I left 10 seconds later. This guy was looking for a rebound. That is what it was. He was just not, he just wanted someone to talk to, just to vent to, and all that stuff, because this is crazy. I feel like I would have ran away also, because this is literally, he is exposing himself, having anger issues and having a baby mama also, which is not a bad thing, but you know. So if I had to rate this one, I have forgotten about rating all this, but anyways, this is also a weird one and a scary one, because he's literally exposing himself as being windows and bashing and all that stuff. He has anger issues, so red flags. Let us get to the next. I had a great date with this guy. We spent the day on his boat, and then we went to dinner. At dinner, he hit on the waitress, got her number, and he invited her on the boat, all right in front of me with no shame. I was so crushed. What? That is so sad. Couldn't you just wait for her to leave and then just do that? But it was a good thing he did that in front of you. I know it's like a 50-50 situation here. It was a good thing and it was a bad thing, because it was a good thing because you knew who he was and you were able to, like, avoid it, and not unlike if he had done that when you were not there, and then he was most likely to be cheating on you. That was not nice. Who the heck are you? What are you doing? What are you playing around with? Just because you have a bot, playing around with people. And he gave her the best time, the best day, and then after that he did that. That is not nice. Or maybe he did not like the other girl and was trying to just, you know, not have a second date with the girl, and that's why he did that. You never know. So yeah, let's get to the next one. Years ago, I went on a date with a guy I met on Tinder. I met him at a cave. Aren't you all listen, before you get anywhere, aren't you guys, like, scared to find guys online? Because I feel like that is scary. You not scared that you're gonna, I don't know. I'm scared. I feel like people lie online a lot, and just, I don't know, expectations versus reality. I don't know. So I met him Tinder. I met him at a cave, and he proceeded to tell me you aren't my type, but I thought I'll meet you That is brutal. This guy just violated this girl. Why would you do that? You aren't my type, but I thought I'll meet you anyway. Why waste your time? Stand me up. I would have appreciated that more than having you to tell me that I'm not your type. Wasted all your time to come and then you're telling me that? I pray you never find your type. Never. You literally. I just rolled my eyes and left him sitting there with my half-finished mocha or mocha. Don't really know, but anyway, I would have done the same thing, literally. And maybe I would have taken my half-finished mocha and then just dropped it on his head. Like, literally, I think I would have done that. I also have some anger issues. I would literally have done that. I would just poured it all over him, and that to teach him never to, like, disrespect a girl like that before. Why? Just don't come and that's it. You don't have to know it's forcing you to do anything. It feels like you've done me a huge big favor just to come and see me. Who are you? The Rock? Anyway, I had to pick him up for our date, and he complained about everything. My car, the way I drove, my music test. Then he said, my friends really want to meet you. I need them to know you are real. And that's when I bounced. I would literally have left. I hate when people complain about everything. Like, complainers, I don't like that. Like, literally, I don't like when people complain, especially it's my car. You are in my car. Not that as in I'm speaking on behalf of her, not like as in me having a car. I don't have a car, but anyway, you're in my car. I picked you up and you're asking me to go meet your friends, and then you're complaining about my car, about the way I drive. If you wanted to, like, drive so cool and all that, fancy and all that stuff, why don't you just drive in your own car? I will literally have dropped him wherever we were. I don't care if it was a deserted place or anywhere. I would have just left him there and be like, bye bye, call your friends, tell them to come and pick you up, you know. Yay. Let's get to the next one. I met up for tacos with a guy who told me he thought I'll be fatter. He then got mad when I wasn't offended he had called me fat. When I asked the server to bring me the bill for my half of the food, he got mad again because I wasn't letting him being a gentleman. Boy, you already not a gentleman. You be coming here and calling me fat. Even if I do look fat, you don't have to, like, say it. We're meeting for the first time. What were you thinking? Calling me fat. He told me he thought I'll be fatter. So that means he thinks I'm fat, but I'm not fatter. And he got mad because that girl didn't respond or get offended, because maybe she's used to people calling her that, or she accepted herself, which is a good thing. And then you go there and just try to ruin everything, and then you want to be a gentleman and pay for all of it. Yeah, I'll literally, personally for me, what I've done, I still have paid my half and then just be out of there and never look back. But I'll still have paid just to make him more angrier than he was, and then probably still throw some water and pour it on his head. That is a very classic move, and I like it. I like when people do that, especially when people who deserve it. That is just a nice thing. Sushi is so bad, but I'm scared. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But we went to a sushi restaurant. We were seated and looking at the menu when his friend FaceTimed him. This guy actually answered at the table and proceeded to pan the camera around the restaurant and at me to show his friend that he was on a date. He then talked to him for a few minutes about something unimportant before asking what I was going to order. That is not a bad thing. Why are you, like, putting it on the worst date? I don't think that was a bad thing. Him calling the guy. What were you expecting? You know, sometimes girls, we have problems. You want all the attention to yourself. Like, I don't think it was a bad thing. Personally, for me, if I was in that situation, I would literally have not thought that they were talking about me or just showing that he was on a date. I would have thought that they were planning to do something bad to me. So my thoughts would have gone 360. I'll be like, they're either gonna kill me, they're planning to kill me, they're planning to kidnap me, they're planning to rape me, and all those sort of stuff. So I would have literally panicked, and I feel like I kind of understand her, but at the same time it's not that bad. Like, he was showing his friend that he was on a date, so and you still lived the day to actually tell us what happened. So I guess you were okay and fine and nothing happened to you, so I don't think that was a bad thing. Yeah. The other one is, I had just downloaded OkCube again with that name. So it was, I think it is like a dating app, and he was my first date from the OkCupid. We met at a pub, and all he did was talk about himself. I could tell he wasn't very mature, and we didn't have a lot in common. He said, let's go for a drive, I want to show you something. It did take me long to realize how stupid I was to get in a stranger's car, definitely, especially when it was getting dark and he drove us into a deserted park area. Oh, thankfully he just sang badly to me in the car while I had to hide the horror from my face. On the way back to my car, it came up that I'm a vegan, and he said I wasn't skinny enough to be vegan and that he will never date a vegan. Fine by me, yet he kept texting me wanting to go out again. That was a long one, but I understand. I definitely do understand. Like, yeah, I would feel scary, but he was immature, and he, again, with calling people fat. Why are you calling people fat? That's not, if you're not used to it, first impression really matter. And if you want to literally, if you like her, then try to just, I don't know. I'm not gonna be thinking too much of this one. Sometimes people are just joking about stuff and they don't even realize. There are people who like some joking too much, and then they don't realize that the other person doesn't like it. There's some type of people who enjoy joking too much, like masifa mengi. So sometimes people, they just speak, they don't literally legit think. It's not that because they are bad people or something, but they just don't think before they speak, and they don't realize that they've hurt you in a way, or they've said something wrong because they just felt like it was the right thing to say. So maybe he was one of those. I don't really know, but let us get to that. I had a first date where the guy worked at a shoe store, and all he did was talk about shoes and spend the time guessing what size feet I had. That is actually a fun date. What were you expecting for a guy from a guy who works at a shoe store? Like, literally, I feel like that was not a bad, like, I would literally have enjoyed that date. And I would be like, I would have told him to literally look at everyone's feet in the area that we were on, and just have him like, oh, tell me, what number does she wear? What number does he wear? I feel like that would have been interesting, because obviously on a first date, it's always awkward. I feel like you don't know the person, he doesn't know you, so you're trying to find the same ground to just be, I don't really know what I'm saying, but be on the same level. And sometimes you just try too hard that you fail at it. But anyways, I don't think that was a bad one. Talk about your shoe size. Let's get always have some money. Some tips, like, always have some money on you. Don't depend on your date to pay for things. Just don't. You might be surprised. I've had stories about that, and they're literally scary. So always have some cash on you, and enough cash on you. And I feel like always meet on open grounds. Like, don't go to people's houses. That is scary as don't go to people's houses when you're meeting them for the first time, even if it's the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. You have to be sure of them, because it is a scary world. So be careful out there. Be careful. So this one, he obviously was not ready for a date. So why invite person to go on a date when you're not ready on a date? You just have fun with your boys, and then when you're ready, then have me come meet you, then have talking. Maybe he was a good guy, but then when you're having a friend, you don't want them to feel left out. So you never know. So let's get to the next something. I feel like I'm an expert in these things, but I feel like I've watched so much and I've had so much. So yeah, I feel like maybe some people are nervous. When I'm nervous, I do the most embarrassing things. I talk the most embarrassing. You see how I'm talking right now? When I'm in front of people, I literally shamble over my words. Like, legit. I feel like I've never ever gone to a school. But when I'm like this on my own, I'm just comfortable with it, and you cannot expect that I'm a shambler or something. I don't even know if that's a word. But some people, when they're like intimidated or they're in a situation, they just do some crazy stupid things just because they feel scared and nervous, and they're trying to, like, I don't know, make the situation, maybe he was trying to make you happy or make you laugh, and he was doing that just to make you laugh. And eating with your hands, I eat with my hands. I prefer to eat with my hands, even when I'm in restaurants. It's not like I've gone to many, but I usually like eating using my hands. And most of the time, just because I don't know how to use the fork and the knife thingy, I don't know how to work all that because I wasn't brought up in that way. But I also prefer to use my hands. But yeah, maybe he was trying to make you laugh and just being all cute and just being funny and a joker. But I feel like you should give people benefits of doubts and just not, if it wasn't like a huge big deal, like if he didn't hit you, if he didn't like use abusive words towards you, or literally, I don't know, there's some red flags that are red flags, and there's some which are kind of like embarrassing ones, like the farting one. I'm still on the one with the farting one, and this one, I feel like it isn't that extreme for you to never see the guy again, unless if you do not like them, then that makes sense. But if you actually like them and you just didn't go on a second date or never met them just because of that one incident, then I don't know. And I also would say that first impressions matter a lot. So sometimes you just have to leave some things down on level, like down, and then just, I don't really know. Sometimes faking it is so bad, but at the same time it's nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but let us finish up with this one. I had a first date with a girl who told me, actually I'm engaged, but I'm not 100% sure if he is the right one, so I'm going to go out on a few dates to see if I change my mind. Check please. Huh? How do you reach the point of being engaged to someone and you're still not sure? How do you say yes to a person when you're not exactly sure if whom you're saying yes to? That is confusing. Why are you doing that? At this point, you're cheating with the guy. Literally, you're not doing anything right. If you are not ready to be engaged, you should just say so. Just say no. But you said yes. Go ahead and get engaged. And then you're still not 100% sure. And you're going out with other men just to find out, to be sure. Yay. I feel like it's one of those where people have fun before getting locked in with one guy. I feel like that is what it is. She's experimenting all the other guys before literally getting in with one guy. I feel like, I don't really know what I'm saying, but I hope you understood me. But this is confusing. If you are not ready, please do not say yes. Please don't say yes if you're not ready. Do not say yes if you're not ready. Just don't. You're cheating at this point. You're a cheater. That is it. Period. I hate saying period. Let's get to the next one. And yeah, basically that was it for me reacting to this worst first date experiences that people over the internet have had. And safe to say, I haven't really actually seen like the shocking one. I feel like the wedgie part, which is hurtful, and people calling fat and all that stuff, I don't really like that. But most of them were pretty embarrassing. And yeah, basically that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below which one was your least favorite and which one was like, I don't know, that literally. Go ahead and comment down below how your first date was, literally. And yeah, basically that was it. I hope you guys imagine me doing that on a first date. Okay. Basically that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below, which is totally free of charge. It does not cost you a cent. And yeah, subscribe down below, hit on the notification bell, and go ahead and comment down below any videos ideas that you would want me to do next. And yeah, basically that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you beautiful people on my next video. Till next time, bye.